and welcome to Lagos Updates on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This program highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. I'm Adeola Akindele. In the highlights of the program today, Southwest Governors visit Lagos Mall establishment of joint surveillance team to strengthen regional security. Plus, Governor Sanwo-Olu inaugurates new road projects in a Tiosa local government area. This and more after this time. We'll begin today with this story. The 6 governors of the Southwest under the umbrella of Southwest Governors Forum converged on Lagos House Ikeja to discuss issues of common interest, including agriculture and food security, to advance economic growth, foster collaboration, and enhance development initiatives in the zone. The agenda also included issues bordering on security of lives and property, key regional issues, and the Southwest Development Commission. In a communique read after a closed-down meeting by the Lagos State Governor and Chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the forum hinted about plans to establish a joint surveillance monitoring team comprising security advisors of each of the states and deploy advanced technology to enhance security in the region. The governors also commended the federal government and the National Assembly for establishing the Southwest Development Commission with an agreement to situate the headquarters at Cocoa House in Ibadan, Oyo State.
The forum strongly condemns any threats to the region's security, therefore encourages the enhanced collaboration between the Nigerian Police Force and our various local security outfits, while urging them to remain vigilant.
The Southwest governors commended President Bola Tinubu's administration for ensuring economic stability, well-being of Nigerians, and improvements in the supply of petroleum products across the country, especially during last Yuletide, as well as the successful implementation of the Student Loan Scheme with beneficiaries from the Southwest.
We believe also at the forum discussion will express concern with activities of unscrupulous middlemen who deliberately inflate food prices and commodities within the region. We therefore took a view and agreed to establish what we call a food inflation joint monitoring team, which we believe will foster interstate collaboration and it will mitigate food inflation.
Since a similar meeting was held in Lagos on June 10, 2024, the forum under the leadership of Governor Sanwo-Olu had prioritized policies aimed at strengthening regional development in the Southwest zone. The event was attended by Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, Seyi Makinde, Oyo State, Ademola Adeleke, Osun State, Biodun Oyebanji, Ekiti State, and their Ondo State counterpart, Lucky Ayedatiwa. Lagos residents have been urged to keep supporting the Sanwo-Olu administration by upholding the law, ensuring prompt payment of taxes for the Greater Lagos vision to be achieved, as the optimal execution of the year 2025 budget relies heavily on the revenue generated within the state. Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Okpe George, made the appeal at a press briefing of detailed analysis of the 3.367 trillion naira budget signed into law by Governor Sanwo-Olu last month, tagged Budget of Sustainability, with a focus on continuity, resilience, and shared prosperity for every Lagosian. According to George, Capital expenditure stands at 2.01 trillion naira. Recurrent expenditure 1.295 trillion naira, including debt servicing, which established a capital to recurrent ratio of 62 to 38%, with total revenue estimated at 2.968 trillion naira, with a deficit funding requirement of 398.662 billion naira, representing 13% of total revenue, emphasizing the budget's strong dependence on revenue.
Continuous infrastructure renewal, which we spoke about, was very important. We spoke about the fact that we had a new minimum wage, which we had to implement, so that also played a key role in the budget size. We also looked at also factoring the effects of inflation and crude oil prices also in our budget planning. We just talked about the implementation of the electricity bill to ensure that we catered adequately for that. So that was a factor as well that was highlighted in the increase of the budget size. And also, last year we spoke about social inclusion, and we're very key on social inclusion, and we ensured that this year that has also been carried on into 2025.
To enhance the state's focus on durability, functionality, and adaptability of physical assets to meet the ever-growing demands of the people, the sum of 1.052 trillion naira, representing 31.27% of the entire budget, has been earmarked for infrastructure, prioritizing the maintenance, upgrade, and expansion of existing road networks and furniture, construction of bus terminals, jetties, bridges, rail systems, housing units, and digital infrastructure in line with the vision for a truly 21st century mega city. Commissioner for Finance Abayomi Oluyomi, while answering questions from journalists at the event, allays the fears about the debt management and financing, saying 80% of the budget financing is from internally generated revenue, with just 10% borrowing, while also exploring other avenues like creative financing options and catalyzing the business environment.
The most important thing about debt management is the sustainability ratios. Like he said, in Lagos State last year, our sustainability ratio is just about 20%. How does that compare with the global standard? World Bank ratio is about 30%. The national ratio of Nigeria is about 40%, and ours was just only 20%, which shows that our debts are being managed very, very well. But you see, the most important thing to us is what are our plans for this year? First and foremost, do not forget that budget is a statement of expenditure and income. So this year, in line with what we did last year, we have several strategic initiatives.
The budget has been crafted to promote the state's sustainable growth and development, environmental stewardship, and social equity to ensure that Lagos continues to thrive. From that story, we move to this one, which says the Lagos State government has expressed its commitment to creating an enabling business environment that encourages sustainable investment, infrastructure development, and industrial growth pillars that are essential to achieving the objectives outlined in the FAMES Plus developmental agenda. Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Folashade Ambrose, stated this during the Lagos State Industrial Policy Consultation Assembly and Validation Workshop. Ambrose explained that the validation of the Lagos State Industrial Policy 2025 to 2030 is a defining moment for the state. One that signals its readiness to elevate Lagos into a hub of industrial excellence where businesses can thrive, investments can flourish, and job creation can be maximized.
That the Lagos State Industrial Policy 2025-2030 represents a bold and transformative vision, one that positions Lagos as Africa's premier industrial
Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Olugbemiga Aina, highlighted the importance of the industrial policy to the upgrade and sustainability of micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, in the state.
We are going to organize them, train them, also look at some of the caveats that's been preventing them from performing. So one of the strong pillars of this new policy is that we want to ensure that the MSME sector scales up. Not just a lot of them staying there, but they must be able to do what they're supposed to do and export a lot of their.
And finally, on the program today, in a bid to reinforce his administration's commitment to creating a well-structured and highly accessible road network in Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has handed over 3 new road projects to residents of the state in Etiosa local government area. The roads are Chief Yusuf Abiodun, Oniru Akiogun Road, Alternative Route to Admiralty Circle Plaza in Lekki, and Abudu Smith Street. Speaking at the inauguration, Governor Sanwo-Olu noted that the road projects will improve vehicular movement and traffic flow, with its attendant positive impact on businesses and living in the area. Governor Sanwo-Olu urged residents to take collective responsibility to protect the projects against vandalism, promising that work will commence on the Green Line Rail project this year.
We're building middle-level markets. By the grace of God, the middle-level market we're building in Etiosa just before by Shombotedo will also be completed within the month of April or May. We'll hand it over to you. We're doing another one in Agege. We're doing another one in Festac. We're doing another one in Oregun. Concurrently, we're building all of them in different places so that we can see even development in and around the entire city-state of Lagos. That is what we're about. That is what we're doing. I want to thank you. I want to thank you as our citizens. You continue to keep the tolerance of peace and security safety in our state.
On his part, Special Advisor to the Governor on Infrastructure, Olufemi Daramola, said the rehabilitation of Chief Yusufu Abiodun Oniru Akiogun Road is an alternative route to Admiralty Circle Toll Plaza Lekki, which will significantly decongest traffic at the plaza, ensuring smoother and more efficient movement for commuters, and aligns with the ongoing regeneration efforts in Victoria Island.
This route will also serve as a bypass to the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road when completed, making it an integral part of the state's long-term transportation strategy. The scope of work carried out on this project is extensive and designed to guarantee durability, efficiency, and safety. The key components include comprehensive site clearance, scarification and removal of the existing pavement surface, relocation of utilities, construction of reinforced concrete drains with cover to serve as pedestrian walkway.
The roads will improve connectivity, traffic flow, reduce travel time, eliminate perennial flooding issues, enhance intermodal transportation, and improve the socio-economic well-being of the people. The event was attended by the Deputy Governor, Obafemi Hamzat, members of the State Executive Council, lawmakers, body of permanent secretaries, traditional and religious leaders, party faithful, among others. And with that story, we conclude this week's edition of Lagos Update, a program that highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio 961.ng. Thanks to my producer, Babatunde Akinyemi, and studio engineer, Ayodeji Toyon, with support from the social media team. The executive producer is Tayo Akule. I'm Adeola Akindele. Next week is another date. Stay blessed and stay safe.
To the Viper, I just want to advise you to leave sooner, drive slower, and live longer. This is Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Be safe.